I'm here with Etta and Carlos, and we're on the third week. It's time to build apps, right? We've done an introduction to using Ethereum and becoming a power user. Then we've done another week of scripting and learning how to script and then write some basic like early hard hat Solidity. We've done like a little crash course in Solidity, but now it's time for you to like take all of that knowledge and start building decentralized apps. And the best place to do that, the best place to get started is speedrunethereum.com. So here's speedrunethereum.com. It is a curriculum that we've put together after many, many hackathons of building. And we've found kind of what works on Ethereum, what doesn't, what tools you're going to need to learn. So this is Speedrun Ethereum. If you go to speedrunethereum.com, you can watch a quick intro and then you'll want to kind of get started tinkering, right? I think we kind of showed this off last session, but basically you want to pull down scaffold ETH. This is just to kind of learn the syntax, learn what's going on, pull down scaffold ETH and work through each of these concepts. And what I mean by working through the concepts is to have a version of scaffold ETH up and then go to the mappings page and then kind of copy and paste the mapping over into your smart contract and poke at it with that front end and that auto adapts. So TLDR, go to speedrunethereum.com and to get the like prerequisite knowledge you need to get started, pull down scaffold ETH and kind of go through each one of these concepts: primitives, global units, mapping, structs, modifiers, events, inheritance, sending ETH, payable and fallback functions. Hopefully we kind of explained all of that stuff in the last couple sessions, but take some time on your own at home and tinker with these things and test your own assumptions and try them out. Once you're there though, once you've kind of, you have scaffold ETH down, you're able to kind of make small changes to your smart contract, you're able to tinker, then the next step is to move on to challenge 0 of the speed run. And challenge 0 is just going to kind of like take you through the steps. And we want to show that off today. I think Etta is going to take us through those. Anything else to like introduce this, guys, or should we dive right into it? I'll take that as a yes. Let's dive right into it. All right. So basically like challenge 0 is going to be, you pull this down, you can switch between JavaScript and TypeScript. It's just going to be to hold your hand through getting scaffold ETH set up, understanding the burner wallets, and understanding deploying to a public network. You won't actually have to write any Solidity, but you just follow these instructions. It's very, very hand-holdy, like really takes you through it slowly. And hopefully this helps you kind of learn the concepts of scaffold ETH. So then when you move on to challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, you kind of understand all the underlying stuff that you need. Can I hand it off to you, Etta, or should I talk through some more of this stuff? Okay, here we go. Let me stop sharing and let me set it up so you can share. Okay, we should be good. Should be good. Challenge 0. Here we go. Let's make an NFT and let's put it on Rinkeby. Where does it have us put it? I think it has us put it on Rinkeby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me share my screen and we can directly get started.
All right, let's go. And this will be a short episode because this is like a short thing. Like this is mostly you at home should be able to just whale through this. Here we go.
I'm not sure. Can you see my terminal right now, or
no terminal? We see the browser, but we do see like a screen. Yeah. Yep. It's not just the browser. It's definitely a screen with a browser in it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to pull up my terminal, but basically all I did was, went to Speedrun Ethereum quest number 1. I cloned the repo and I did these like 3 steps just so that we don't like take time installing it as we go along, but I didn't start anything yet. So we can directly open my ID over here. You can see over here the contract. It's the NFT contract, so you can basically just look into it. But as Austin said, we're not going to be coding. We're just going to get started. So we can just do that right now. 1 second. I'm going to pull this over here. And yeah, where's my terminal again? So the instructions are pretty like they walk you through the steps as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just start a yarn chain that's going to get my local hard hat node started, and then open a new tab over here. And then as we mentioned like last time as well, we do a yarn start to get the front end up and running. And we also need to deploy the contract, right? So you can see over here, a yarn deploy. And this will by default deploy to my local host, but then we're gonna like move it to a testnet.
And this is kind of a superpower of building on Scaffold ETH is every different fork is, everything is exactly in the same place, right? It's always a yarn install and a yarn chain and a yarn start and a yarn deploy. And you know where to go to find your smart contracts. You know where to go to find your front end. You'll learn, like, as soon as you learn one, you can kind of like go look at any of the, I think it's been forked now like 2,000 times, like maybe 2,300 times. So like more than 2,000 different forks of this exact same setup where you can get in and kind of learn from it. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going so far with that, but just like getting this knowledge and learning how to like get this started up is going to help you with any different branch. All right, looks like we have a front end.
Yeah, it's up over here. Let's quickly grab some funds. So we don't have any collectibles right now, right? So maybe we want to try the mint functionality. But yeah, you can see that it's the Scaffold ETH front end, except now you have like your collectibles tab and then a mint NFT option. So I'm just going to click this. I have some funds over here, and yeah, I got a buffalo. I think it's a buffalo. And then you can continue to like mint. And I think these are actual paintings too, right?
They are,
then
yeah. I have the paintings like up in my closet over here. I painted these a long time ago. It makes for a really good demo though. When you know, a computer scientist wants to get in and write an NFT, they often don't want to have to mess around with the artwork, right? So having the artwork in here ready for you, you of course should carve out my artwork and put in your artwork if you are an artist. But if not, there's some kind of stand-in artwork for you if you want to just do the technical stuff. Maybe we should, so how does the tutorial, like my instinct here is that we should bring up an incognito window. Exactly. And we should have multiple wallets and we should send the NFT from wallet to wallet. We kind of have pink guy on the right and green guy on the left, and you could send it to pink guy. And then if pink guy tried to send something right now, let's see, does it go over to pink guy? Yeah. And then if we go look over there, did it show up? Yeah. And then if pink guy tries to send it, you get some gas error, right? Like try to send that to vitalik.eth or something like that. It's gonna tell you don't have any gas, right? And just like discovering these little things like ENS and sending, and the fact that you have a burner wallet here and you need to go to the faucet. So just like all these like basic concepts of Scaffold ETH. Make sure you know what you have for a wallet in the top right. Right now it's a burner wallet. Make sure you have gas and you know how to go to the faucet. Understand that we're like minting these assets and we're sending them around, but just on localhost. Not sure what else the README takes us through. Maybe we should go check that out.
Just sending it to like the same account over here, just to see like it appear again, to see like it went and came back. Oh yeah, the README is here, so like we can just kind of see.
I think that's what it is. It's gas and wallets, right? You've got your burner wallet in the top right. We went to the, you can do this at home, follow these instructions slower, but we got some gas for it. Then we hit mint and we saw them. Then we opened up an incognito and we sent them around. Yep. Okay. So we've kind of traveled through this quickly. What does it have us do with? Oh, this is just like telling you where all the files are. Here's where your contract is. Here's where your deploy script is. Here's where your front end is. And all of these things are going to be same with all Scaffold ETH builds. So just kind of like get used to where these things are.
Yeah, I think even in this challenge, we don't need to do like any code changes on Solidity or React. I think it's a good practice, a good exercise just to go through the code, like reading the Solidity, and also, for example, in your collectible tabs, you know, when you see like your front end, like printing all your NFTs, maybe like go there and, you know, and try to see where the data is coming from. You know, how are you like reading from the contract, and how are you like storing that values in the React state, and how you are like printing them. I think that's, even if the challenge doesn't say so, I think it's just like a good exercise to do.
Same thing with IPFS too. I see an IPFS upload and an IPFS download tab there. And I don't know how much we've talked about it already, but get in here and tinker with how IPFS works and how it's content addressable information. And if you change that buffalo name to bison and you upload it, you'll get a much different hash, but it's always at the same hash. So it takes like a hash of the information and stores the information at that hash. So it's content addressable. If the content changes, then the address changes, which makes it kind of immutable, right? Where if you have something at a certain address, it's always going to be that same content. And just get in, like Carlos said, explore, like just get in and test your assumptions and try things and go learn and go look at the app.jsx and learn how the front end kind of works a little bit. Go look at your contract and see how it's inheriting ERC 721 and ownable and some of those other concepts we've covered.
And you have to break it at least one time.
Yes, exactly. That should be the rule. You at home, you should get it so it doesn't work for a little bit. Maybe extend the NFTs a little bit. Maybe put in your own artwork. Maybe make it a soul-bound NFT where if you try to transfer it, it fails. Maybe make it so when they mint, you charge them a little bit of money. Maybe make it so when they mint, you charge them a little bit of money on a price curve, right? You at home should take this tutorial that just, like we've said already, you don't have to write any code. It's all just like walking you through the steps. But you've got time. This is a quick introduction. Take some time to just like go through it and learn kind of what's going on in the underneath the abstraction and kind of just like tinker around with it and break it, change some things and see what happens. I think we need to get going. Let's mint this thing to Rinkeby, I think is the plan, right? Yeah, so this is the part where it's like, okay, so you've tinkered around a lot locally and you figured out how it works. How do you take that app that's working on localhost and get it out on a public network? And there's kind of like two main steps. You've got to deploy your contract to the public network, but then you also have to deploy your app and have your app set up to be on a different network. So let's do it. Let's go to Rinkeby. I think we're going to need some Rinkabucks. You want me to send your, let's see. So I think, oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. So that's the, does it have us do that in the README? Because you can just do a dash network and that's more, oh, okay. It does have us change the default. Okay. So you can change the default of the hard hat, or you can just do a dash network and then the name of it. And I almost like doing the dash network better. So then I don't leave the code like pointed at mainnet or something. And then someone else pulls it down and does a yarn start, yarn deploy. And it's like trying to go to mainnet. That's a little weird. So maybe we should go back and change this tutorial to not do that. But it was definitely the way we used to do it, was you would change that default network, but now you can just do a yarn deploy dash network. Okay, here we go. Let's skip that part. So deployer address. We can't normally, when we're deploying locally, it's that F39 guy, right? That hard hat account is deploying our contracts for us, the same account that's used for the faucet. But on a public network, you can't just count on some other account to deploy your contracts for you, right? And you're not going to have some test account that's loaded up. You actually need to generate an account on whatever network you want to deploy to, and then fund it. So I think that's the next step, is just a yarn generate. It even says yarn run generate, which is old school. we should do a yarn generate. There we go. There we go. A couple like old things that have changed kind of as we've gotten better at this. Okay, so it generated this E31 for us, right? Now, if you do a yarn account, it should show that account. And I'll get my Punk wallet up here. And if you can make it bigger so I can see that QR code, then I will. Okay, so I'm going to use a Punk wallet. And I'm going to scan your QR code. Got it. Okay, check this out and hit send. Oh, whoops. There we go. So I'm using a Punk wallet built with Scaffold ETH to send money to your deployer account. Oh, you're on mainnet Etherscan. You'll want to be on Rinkeby Etherscan, but you can just put Rinkeby. Yep, there you go. Awesome. So let's see. There we go. 11 seconds ago, there's money flowing to that account. So by this time, you're probably ready. If you go back, what's the next command to deploy? Yeah, let's check that. Yeah, you have where you can also get the testnet ETH, like you can try these faucets, and then we'll just do like a yarn deploy. But as you mentioned, we're going to specify the network because we didn't change it. So I can just type it here. I don't need to. And yeah, you at home, there's tons of different faucets to find. If you just Google Rinkeby faucets, some make them tweet, some make you do other things. Worst case scenario, reach out to one of us. We're loaded with Rinkeby. we're testnet whales. So hit us up and we can send you some Rinkeby. If you can't find them on any of the other faucets, just know that we'll be slow. Did it go? Is it done? Look at
I
that.
think
So we
so. We have
deployed our
our
contract to Rinkeby, right? So you could technically grab that address and you could go paste it into that Etherscan that you have for Rinkeby, just to go to like a disinterested third party and prove that our smart contract is out there.
And just to note, like there's also other test
It's not
networks
yet.
to try as well.
It's probably just slow. We're probably, oh yes, there's so many other test nets, and Rinkeby is probably going away, right? So Ropsten just moved to proof of stake. Ropsten used to be like the proof of work network. So it was kind of one of the worst because you had to wait for blocks to get mined. I think Rinkeby is going away and Kovan might be going away. And so Goerli will go to proof of stake in the next few weeks, and then mainnet will, and those will be our test nets. You used to be able to use Rinkeby for OpenSea, and I always thought that maybe OpenSea would take over the Rinkeby network, but maybe not. Maybe they're just going to let Rinkeby go away, and OpenSea will start using Goerli or Ropsten for their testnet of choice. But whenever you're deploying NFTs, you want to be on whatever the testnet is that OpenSea uses, so you can make sure all your properties and things are parsed correctly. Okay, I'm rambling. We've got the thing deployed. So step one was to get the smart contract out. Step two is going to be to get the app over on Rinkeby. So we need to go now into our app.jsx, and we need to point our app at Rinkeby also. Nice, there it is. And this one little change here is going to take everything in Scaffold ETH that happens to be pointed at localhost, and it's going to point it at Rinkeby. So whenever you click on an address, instead of going to localhost or whatever, it'll go to the Rinkeby Etherscan. And let's see. Yep, go ahead.
I was going to say that maybe we can take a look, like a quick look into the contracts folder inside the React, so we can see like this hard hat contract JSON file.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's for Rinkeby. It keeps track of the deployments and the artifacts for each different network. That's a good call.
Yeah. So you have like the address, and I think even like the local host version should be there, right? I think we deployed. So
I think so.
Yeah.
Oops. Here.
So I think when you
there it is.
Yeah.
So your app is actually tracking all your different contracts on all your different networks. And when you switch from localhost to Rinkeby to Kovan to Goerli, it goes and grabs whatever the deployment is there. Cool. Okay. So let's see. So is our app now on Rinkeby? Where is I think you need to go to the second tab in your browser. We should be able to see our app now. Let's mint one on Rinkeby. You'll notice in the top right, it says Rinkeby now. Ooh, I don't know if you have, how do you have $55 on Rinkeby? That can't be right, right?
I think it automatically connected.
Let's, did I send money to your front end? Grab that front end address and check. Oh, that's Ropsten though. Well, yeah, because you're not connected. Yeah, because you don't have your wallet.
You send money to the deployer address, right? Not to the front end.
Just the deployer address. Maybe reload one more time. I don't trust that balance up there. Or maybe go check your.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was.
But still, it says we have 55 Rinkeby, right? Copy your address and paste it into the Rinkeby Etherscan, and let's see.
Maybe we just hacked like some.
Have we been using this address for something else?
Oh.
What did we use this for? That's like a long time
that's like
ago,
74 days ago. So
yeah.
I mean, I may have, but like it doesn't. I think it generates a new account. Maybe if I did.
What if this is some account? What if this is some account that you brought in with a private key or something? No, it's a burner wallet.
Yeah.
Okay,
so maybe
let's generate
one of use EDA. Maybe it's one of your burner wallet that you use in the past, and then that's like a store in your local storage in the browser. I don't know.
And you were calling mint item and set purpose way back in the day. So someone, I don't know. Let's create a new account. Just in the last few minutes here. Let's go to just go to your wallet in the top right. There's a little wallet icon right by the money, not the that one. Let's go there. And then let's go, oh, you can't even generate a new one. You can only receive more money. Okay, so you at home, you're going to open up your burner wallet and it's not going to have any money in it. Or you can open up your MetaMask and you could load that up with some Rinkeby. But if you're trying to send money to your burner wallet, you'd have to hit receive here. And then I could send some to that. But I'm assuming that after 2 weeks of learning about wallets, you at home know how to send some ETH around. You'll need to send some ETH to your front end address. But then let's just assume we've done that already. Now you're ready to mint an NFT, and you should just be able to click this and it should make a transaction on Rinkeby. There it goes. And you'll notice that it has block natives notify, a little nicer than our ugly notifications that were popping up on localhost. Once you go to a public network, you'll get a better notification system. The buffalo, there it is. Awesome. And so we've deployed the app, and now we've deployed the contract, and we're talking to the contract on Rinkeby, but the app is still on localhost. So we need to do a couple more steps here to get the app on Surge or something like that. And I think it's yarn build is our next build, right? So we need to do a yarn build, and that's going to build the app into a static app that we can put up on any static web server or even IPFS. But this is going to take a little bit. So probably while this is going, should we send around some NFTs or something? Should we maybe make an incognito window and send some NFTs to it or something like that, just to see that it all works on? Yeah, there we go. If this person has Rinkeby ETH, we're really in trouble. The random burner wallet we just created, something weird is really happening. Here we go.
You can look at the transaction
take about
over
15
here.
seconds. Yep. It'll take about 15 seconds for that block to mine.
And let's check our front end. It's still building. Oh, here.
There we go.
Now our random
Awesome.
red guy
Yes.
has it.
So we're able to mint, create an NFT contract on Rinkeby, a public network. We're able to mint the NFT. We're able to send the NFT around to our friends. And then this last part will give us an app where we can then yarn Surge or put it on IPFS, but basically a URL that you can share with your friends, and they can come in and they can mint NFTs on your platform, on your app. Oh, but that's going to take a little bit to build. Okay, what else is in the run? I think it just, let's see. So we'll do the yarn Surge.
Verification.
Okay. Yep. If we scroll down, can we just kind of go through the rest? Yep. It'll have you put in an Etherscan API key, and then you can do a yarn verify -- network Rinkeby, and it should verify the contract. And then does it have you get on OpenSea? Let's see what else we have. Oh, the side quest is OpenSea.
Yeah.
Yep. So then it has you get on OpenSea and show off how you can have these Rinkeby collectibles still show up in, I think it's testnets.opensea.io or something like that. So you'll be able to see your NFT on OpenSea just like you will on mainnet when it goes. And that's about it. Like that's challenge 0, right? There's probably some more things in here, and you at home should go through this slower, but your goal should be, there we go. We've got our app up. Your goal should be to have a URL that you can share with your friends, and they should be able to moaning anger. All right, that's what we're going with. We're going with moaninganger.surge.sh. So now anybody at home, I should be able to go to moaninganger.surge. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And you can actually change that too. And you have to press enter after it gives the URL, but you're free to change that. I think it's a funny one, so we can leave it. But
it's a good one. Yeah, let's leave it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to steal the screen. I'm at moaninganger.surge.sh. I'm going to connect my MetaMask wallet, right? Like very, very Web3 native here. I'm going to type in my password again. It's so funny that we've like memed like going goblin sounds anytime we need to cover up a password getting typed in, which who knows if that even, it's like all, yeah, I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. We've got some ETH. Oh man, I gotta go. We gotta hit stop in a second. I got another meeting. Why is MetaMask frozen? Why am I spending all my time waiting? Okay, and it's gonna have this nice thing where it says, hey, you're on mainnet, you need to be on Rinkeby. We bounce over to Rinkeby, and then hopefully I can mint an NFT on your app that you shared. And this is what you at home want to share with people, and share it back to us too. Send us your URL of what you've built so we can go mint an NFT on your app. And there we go. Transaction succeeded. Let's see if it shows up. All right, it did. And now I can send that to Vitalik.eth, right? And I should be able to transfer my Buffalo to Vitalik. Oh, you're collectible. That is nice. I like that. And there we go. So that's the NFT challenge. That's challenge 0 of the speedrun. So go to speedrunethereum.com to get started and take on challenge 0. thank you for coming along. Good luck. See you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. See you. Bye.